I think it's important to work both in an office and have resources outside the office. There are advantages to both scenarios, and both scenarios play a role, I think, in our success and possibly the success of a lot of other companies. So, for one, the reason I think it's important to have an office is because there are just some people in the world who like to collaborate in person, and don't want to be home all day long. And we've got to cater to that. We've got to cater to the people who like to come together once a day for 8 hours and be with other people and get stuff done. There's certain kind of work that really you can only do most effectively in that way. Personally, I think a lot of the creative work happens most effectively when you've got human minds within close physical proximity to each other. Um, just thinking quickly, rapidly, showing each other the work they've done. And although digital tools allow us to do a lot of this, you don't feel a person's energy the same way you feel it when they're 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 feet away from you. And I think you can get more real and you can get more things done more rapidly that way. Another reason I think an office itself is important is that amongst the most important things in our lives is how we and with whom we spend our time, and and those relationships. One mantra I kind of live by is on my deathbed, the one thing I'm going to care about is not the money or the achievement, but who are the people around me, and what is the quality of those relationships, and the relationships that we build in the workplace are amongst the deeper relationships that we do, at least at a company like ours where we work so closely every day. All that being said, there are limitations to the office space and office environment as well. Sometimes it can be a distraction. If you're trying to do quiet, focused work and you got people humming around you and not in the same zone you are, that can certainly be a distraction. People on the phone, whatever. Um, Also, it's expensive, so you've got a lot more overhead. You got office and workers' comp and all of that. It's limited. I've only got 16 desks behind there, 15 of them are taken. So I got one more valuable in-house employee position that I'm holding on to tightly until I get that right person, because I don't want to go through the hassle of another office and expansion, etc. So there are definitely limitations to it, which is why I like our hybrid approach. I mean, we do have our core creative management architectural team in-house here. We're the responsible party when the client calls, but we do have our resources remote. My CTO actually moved to Oregon a couple years ago to follow love, and I couldn't get in the way of that. And so he works with us remotely. And my one of my lead devs, same story, followed love. I wasn't gonna fire anybody over that, and so he works remotely from San Diego now. And we've bootstrapped a team in Vietnam and a team in Ukraine, and they are great resources for us that are able to focus on churning out code in a way that maybe we can't as well internally, because we're sort of the management over here. So, I think that a real effective tech company will have both an in-house operation that focuses on the leadership and the creativity, and then external resources that can scale more easily to focus on the execution of things that can be churned out in a more assembly line manner.